and that he needs an older woman who knows how to communicate. Him, he would not be the type of person I would talk to all the time because he gets on my goddamn nerves. Oh, both the bitches could have had him because I didn't want him.
Can you hold my hands and be my guide? Clouds filled with stars cover your skies, and I hope it rains. You're the perfect.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a very much kind of like a tea spilling video because people are just never who they seem to be. Now, if you would like to hear this tea, let me know. I have some notes on who I'm going to be speaking about and, you know, just a synopsis of some things that I want to say. Hope I use that word correctly. If not, I don't care. So I just wanted to come in my best drag. You know, I wanted to give the girls just a little something today. And, you know, today's video is going to be about how these two girls who I thought were my friends tried to take my man. That is so interesting to me because, well, we'll get into it. Also, I don't know if this is going to be a long video, but if it is, oops. But this is like some tea that I recently found out when this situation happened. Well, this whole situation with this guy ended in the summer. So I might find out about it when it's about to be hot again. Oh, because y'all gonna find out why. Yes, by the title, also, I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that this wasn't some weird-ass orgy. This is about some weird-ass girls who were my friends, but, you know, ended up not being my friends now. Okay, so stay with me now. There are 3 other girls in this story, and there are 2 guys. One of the girls is Ashley. That is a girl. One of the girls is Ashley. One of the girls is Kim. And the other girl is still my friend. Her name is Majesty, right? Then the 2 boys, TJ and Z. Let's just, okay, follow with me. You following? You following? All right. I just kind of wanted to give you like a backstory because I used to date TJ, right? We dated for 7 months, you know, on and, you know, on whatever. Initially, I just thought we were chilling, right? But it just felt like TJ wanted to move so fast with me, even though I came into the situation kind of just like chilling and just like really just feeling the situation out, and low-key got tricked into kind of dating him. But, you know, I just wanted to go on dates and feel cute and feel kind. But TJ wanted to lock the girl down. I mean, hey. The reason why I was kind of dating and stuck with the situation was because TJ made me feel real. Like, I spoke about this in another video because we were going out on dates, like, in, like, real, like, we were really going on dates. Like, I would dress up, wear dresses, wear cute stuff. And, like, we would go out, like, to the club, to restaurants, all types of places. And it was really cunt. Like, we did, like, I remember we did, like, RPM after we went out to eat for Valentine's Day, child. I wore a whole dress and a whole, like, trench coat with heels. And I had my real hair out. And I had, like, a 90s little look with a half up, half, like, child. I did the damn thing. And it was fire, okay? We were just doing things that I have never done with a guy before. Like, we were doing real kind of things. I was, like, my first cute, like, real Valentine's Day kind of, like, you know, date. And it was, like, really cute to me. It was, like, kind. I am going to keep playing with his hair because, yeah. Oh, a description on kind of how, like, TJ looked like. TJ was 5'9". He was dark skinned. He was kind of athletic because of, like, you know, him doing whatever he did at sports in high school, track or whatever. So he was kind of athletic. He had like he had seasonal hairstyles. Like, he would have a fro in the wintertime, I think, and like a low cut in the summer. And it would kind of just get shorter, and like he would do different stupid shit with his hair. TJ was a narcissist. He was a Leo. So you can kind of imagine, right? Leos and Scorpios do not get along, okay? If you are a Scorpio, stay away from Leos. And if you are a Leo, stay away from Scorpios. Because y'all do not mesh. Y'all do not mesh, okay? It doesn't work. Get out of here. He was just like the kind of person that like would make you like, well, at least for me, from my personal experience, he would make me feel like very, I don't know, he would just be so condescending, and it would just make me retract into my shell when I just came out that bitch, and I was not trying to go back in. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm like the funny friend. Like, I'm the friend who's gonna make you laugh, make sure everybody's having a good time around you, and I just could not be that person when I was with him, and it was just terrible, honestly. Like, I felt like a shell of my former self. It felt very much like he was making up for length in two places, if you know what I'm talking about, in height. And, you know, the other place I feel like you can like use your imagination, because yeah, what nothing going on. So we're kind of gonna like jump right into the story now, because this was like the weekend, like what weekend was that? This was like 2 weeks ago from today. I don't know when I'm recording this. Put it in what day this video is being recorded, Jalen, in the future. This was a weekend I had spent at my friend's house. This is when like the big Omega Ball had happened, and my friend and I went to the Omega Ball 2023. Obviously everybody knows it's 2023, but I gotta make sure everybody knows. And this is Saturday, right? Mind you, we were like, it literally was like being a kid in a freaking candy store. There were so many like femme queens. I was like, oh yeah, it was like almost being like starstruck. So many possibilities. And me and my friend met one of the girls that we had been not stalking, but like obsessed with on Instagram. And she literally came up to us and gave us hugs. Like, what? She said, I like to hug, and hugged us. The girl that we were like, I was starstruck for that whole night. Meeting her was just like one of the highlights of the night. Fast forwarding to the next day, right? Nothing else really happened for that day. Mind you, I think it was like 1 or 2 p.m. My friend was like on her phone a lot while we were watching like TV. I think that we had just placed an order for some food. I think we just got like Chinese or something like that. But I noticed that she was on her phone a lot, right? And like, I kind of peeped that the bubbles were green on her phone. And I was like, who is she texting that got an Android? Because I know her pieces have like iPhones, and the people that she be talking to on a consistent basis have iPhones, and she be FaceTiming them. So I was like, I don't really care. But we're just sitting there chilling, and she's like, oh my God, you won't believe who is texting my phone. And she goes, and I go, who? And she's like, TJ. I'm like, why is TJ texting her phone? I'm like putting 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, wait. There was a time, like I think it was like the last time I had spoke to him, we were going back and forth on some shit, because he would go back on that app that we had met on, and he was messaging me, sending me messages. I would politely turn him down because I was asking my friends for advice. Normally, or if you are like, if I'm over you, I'm going to either be rude or pay you dust, right? But I was trying to be into my soft era and like just politely turn him down. But child, being that he's a Leo and a narcissist, if he didn't get his way, he would like almost have like a fit like a child, and like cuss, like he would like kind of cuss me out or some shit, right? So he basically said, I think it was the last time, he said, oh, that's why your friends talk shit about you, right? But me not really giving too much into the situation, because I'm like, what friends do you know, right? What friends do you really even communicate? Like, you don't know any of my real friends. Cussing him out, right? And he blocks my real number. And I go to my friend's number, and she sends like a message. I send a message to her, copy and paste. I don't remember word for word what I said, but he blocked that number too. And then I went on a text-free number, and I said, I got some estrogen for you if you want to be so bitch-like. Pretty much along the lines of that. After my friend Majesty finds out that TJ had been texting her phone, he calls her. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he calling you for? So she doesn't answer the first call. And I'm like, wait, let's find out what he wants to say, or what he's like trying to like get your attention for? Because, like, what the hell does he want? She calls him back, and TJ is like, what's up? Like, he's trying to be so cool. And, like, my friend already knows, because she's listened to me have, like, she's been on the phone with me when I was hanging out with him, and she already knows how he is. Like, he wants to have deep intellectual conversations all the time when it's, like, draining, and some conversations just don't come up naturally, and he just wants to force them. And it's just like, not everybody is like wants that like all the time, and it's just so draining to be having communication or conversations with you. This whole time, right, I told you I'm right there, right? And he's asking her, he's like, hey, how are you? Da 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 da. Because Jalen told me about your situation with your mother, this and that, or whatever. And he's just like kind of checking up on her. And then he kind of said the thing about the mother in a weird way, because my friend actually gave me permission to say that, you know, she doesn't really care if people know that she doesn't have the best relationship with her mother. And I'll leave it at that. We're all the girls in the story are T-girls. All the girls in the story are Tigres. We're all Tigres. When we answered, and after he got that kind of out the way, he asked her how I was, right? And she's like, oh, she's good. You know, she's doing her own thing. Blah, blah, blah. And then he pretty much was like asking her, because he was like, I don't understand what happened, because he likes to talk about this one freaking trip that he went on that has nothing to do with why I don't talk to him anymore. But during this time, right, when he came back from this trip, I had noticed that he'd followed one of my friends. But we'll get into that. Like, I basically confronted him. I was like, why are you following her? Like, that's weird. Like, that you're following her. But I guess he took it in a way where, like, I was, like, feeling some type of way because he was following my friend, when in actuality, I was just asking you why you were following my friend, who, you know, I was just asking, like, do y'all talk now? Like, what's going on? Like, because that's not my man. I was just asking you what's going on. Like, but that's, like, my people, so I'm going to ask you, like, not my peoples, but, like, that's, like, my friends. So I thought. The reason why he kind of was like reaching out to her was because I guess he said he had a new phone or something like that. And he was like trying to figure out why her number was like in his phone, which doesn't make sense to me, because it's like the only reason you have a number in your phone is because you put it in there. There's a number in your messages. It's because, you know, like, I guess he was just trying to find out whose number it was. But it's like, you know, because like if the number is there, then the conversation is there, which I didn't understand his logic at all for whatever he was trying to say, because I feel like he was just trying to be messy, because that's one thing about it, two things for show. I feel like it was like, think about the messiest person you know, or the cattiest person you know, and they're like, oh, it's probably a man, ain't it? And it is. The messiest and the cattiest person I know is a man, and you guys are going to find out why. Back to the whole, like, he didn't understand, like, what happened between me and him. What happened was I lost feelings for him. I didn't like being around him, and I was trying to be the nicest person possible, because there were multiple times when this man pulled up to my house, to my job, after I had blocked him, because I didn't want to talk to him anymore, and we were done after I told him I didn't want to talk to him anymore. So he pulled up to my house, and I was over it. I got, like, a whole thing happened, whatever, this and that. And I came to the car, and I was basically like, I just don't feel the same way anymore. Like, I don't have the same feelings. Like, I just don't feel the same way. But he was like trying to be like, oh, I feel like we could still be friends. Like, you know, like, you can't just cut somebody out of your life just like that. And I'm just like, okay, I guess we could still be friends. The type of person that I am, I don't talk to my friends all the time. I don't. There are people that I talk to all the time, and then there are people I don't talk to all the time. But him, he would not be the type of person I would talk to all the time, because he gets on my goddamn nerves. So I was not trying to talk to him like that. Like, I was trying to fall back off of him, and he couldn't take it. So he pulled up to my job one time, and I was shook. I swear to God, I seen a ghost. And my boss is standing there like, oh, who's that? He's fine. Why don't you talk to him? And I'm standing there not saying a word. And like, she's going on, oh my God, he's cute. He did it. And I'm just like, shut the hell up. And she was just going and going and going. I'm like, you know what? egging on the situation. And at the end of the night, I was just like, I'll text you. We had a peaceful conversation, and I was just like, I explained to him, I was like, I just feel like I can't be myself around you because I feel like you are judgmental. I told him all of this, and he's still acting confused. So anyways, back to the story. He was basically asking my friend, he was like, oh, like, I still want closure. This not. I'm like, what closure do you need? It's been months. Get over it. Like, please leave it alone. Majesty was like the type of person that TJ and her were. They were the kind of people where they need closure to like whatever. And then my friend Majesty was explaining how like I'm the type of person who's just like good off the situation. However it ended is how it ended. Like, and I agree because it's like, okay, if you do me dirty, you don't gotta talk to me ever again. But if a situation's weird and I'm like, wait, what happened? I'm gonna text you and then I'm gonna leave it because it's like, what happened? Like, I'm gonna reach out one time, but I'm not gonna keep trying to I'm not gonna keep embarrassing myself because it's like, I don't know what's going on and you're not answering the phone, but I'm not gonna keep reaching out. It's like, I'm gonna treat the situation exactly how it is, and I'm going to take all my feelings out of it because I'm not gonna embarrass myself at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Out there having regular conversation, I told Majesty to mute the phone, and I was like, Majesty, do you remember that one time he was like, your friends talk shit about you? She was like, yes. Because I had mentioned it to her, because I was like, what is he talking about? Because I was like, nah, let me bring it up to the people that I talked to, and she was like, I don't know what he's talking about. I was like, let's take this opportunity to get some information out of this bitch. She and I were like, okay, let's try and find a natural way to like incorporate that question into there. She kind of finds her way to work it in, right? And he's like getting all giggly and this and that. And like, he was like, okay, like he kind of found humor in the situation because he was like kind of happy that it kind of like bothered me a little bit. And like, you know, that's what I'll be saying about these like narcissists and Leos. Like, never date a Leo if you're like a nonchalant type of person, like, because they will try and get under your skin. I mean, they will try and like literally, I guess it brought him pleasure to like know that bothered me. At first, he was hesitant to like kind of jump in and give us that give her the information, but she kind of reassured him because it was like, okay, that would be weird for our friendship, and like it would kind of drive a wedge in between us because one, I would feel some type of way. Come to find out, like my friend is talking about to a guy that I dated behind my back, and then she comes and brings me this information. I'll be like, why do you even have his number? Like, you know, it would be weird if this happened another way, right? So that's basically what she said to him to reassure him. He ended up feeling comfortable, and he let his messy flag fly. This is where the two messy bitches come in. Ashley and my friend Kim. So he starts talking, right? And he's like, okay, so the two people were Ashley and Kim. Some girls that I had followed on Instagram, some girls that I was not close with, but some people I was, I don't know, like I was like friends with them, I guess, like internet friends. And like one of the girls lives in the same town as me, and the other girl lives in the same town as TJ. TJ lives in New Jersey, and Ashley lives in New Jersey, and Dee lives in New Jersey. We're gonna get into all of that. He kind of like says that we were having an issue at the time, right? Or it was like something weird, I guess, but he kind of brought up this boy named Dee. Right? Now, Ashley and I were friends through Instagram. I literally forget how I met her. I think it was like I heard her music or something and I followed her. I just know she put out this song, this collab with this girl. And I think that was like how we like became like friends or closer. Like I followed her on Instagram. I literally forget how we met each other. And I had first started talking to TJ. I had gone to her and I was like, oh, you guys follow each other, right? She tells me that TJ is like annoying. He swears he's somebody's father. Mind you, he do be acting like that. And that like I should stay away from him. And she was basically like, ew, you're talking to TJ? And I was like, oh, what's wrong with him? And then she basically told me, and she was like, and his thing is little Miss Good Puss. I brought that information back to him, right? When I was like, yeah, like we follow each other, and he noticed that I had followed her too, right? Mind you, this story is like will tell you and shows you and proves that trans girls and the men that trans girls talk to all run in the same circle. Because how are you talking to a girl that lives, how are you talking to two girls from the same town, and I'm talking to a boy, I'm talking to two boys that talk to you over there. And all three of us talk to you over there. I guess after I had mentioned to her that I was talking to him, I don't remember the timelines immediately, but Ashley had kind of went back to TJ and was like, basically trying to talk to him again. And like, this is after she told me that there was a situation where that TJ had kind of embarrassed Ashley in front of her friends when she had invited him out, and she'd gone to the bathroom, and she said that there was a long line in the bathroom. And when she came out the bathroom, TJ was dancing with another girl, and her friends had told her and saw him dancing with her all night while she was in the bathroom. And she said she had gone to the bathroom for like 30 minutes, mind you. I believe that because when you go to the club, them lines for the bathrooms be stupid. Like, what is wrong? I be so ready to go to the men's room, and I know people say I belong there, but not with these titties. Not with these titties. I don't belong in no bathroom with these titties. They were having their own conversation, and he basically said to Majesty that it was messy for me to even go back to her and tell her that I was talking to her, when in actuality, like, that's my friend, and I'm like asking like, oh, who is this, pretty much. And it's like, I'm checking to see if they spoke or whatever and how he is. Like, I'm gonna get like some information, and which I did. I got the information about him, and I just waited to see if that was true. And everything she said was true. Come to the part where she was being messy, right? So basically, she kind of shares information which has nothing to do with him. And he kind of said to Majesty that there was a boy that I would go out there to see and not even hang out with her, when this boy, D, was a boy that I reached out to her again and asked her multiple times if it was okay if I spoke to him, right? And she said it was cool. Like, she didn't care. He was a butch queen, this and that. So she was like, here, girl, get him. Talk to him. Do whatever you want, right? So I went out there. I think it was like the first couple of times. I think it was like the third time we hung out. I think we all hung out together. Ashley, D, and myself. We all went bowling, and it was cute. Like, we all hung out, we had fun, and this and that, or whatever. We took videos. I would put the videos in, but it's so messy. Barbie and his hoe, what's good? Miss my bed. Ooh, she a rapper. Ooh, what happened? Let's
y'all. What's her name? I'm a suck it with his mug. What's her name?
What's her name?
What's her name?
Oh, but don't post no selfies. Don't post no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Gang.
Don't do the little selfie, the little lick to the side, the little.
I didn't little
stick your tongue out.
You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling out here.
We all hung out, had a good time, but when we left, I didn't hear from her. Like, we were all in a group chat, and I didn't hear from her. He didn't hear from her. She blocked him because of some other stuff, and it was just like a mess, because I'm like, I went out of my way to make sure that these situations, this was okay. And we even invited you and said this is what we were doing. And you were like we pulled up to her house, and she was like, hey girl. And like, right? When TJ had told my friend Majesty all of this, I was just like, I went out of my way to make sure it was okay. And But I'm going to fast forward a little bit, and then I'm going to go back. But after that, I told my friend, I was like, this is weird, because I even went to this girl and told her that this boy that she was obsessed with, had hit me up on a certain app. And I literally went to her and was talking to him and like repeating everything she wanted me to say to him. And I was like, I don't understand, like, because I felt like I was being a good friend, because I'm like telling you that this man that you're obsessed with is hitting me up. And I'm like, whatever. So she was like, my friend Majesty was like, you know, some girls are jealous because think about it like this. 3 strikes. TJ was talking to me after she spoke to him, and D was talking to him, and it seemed like she was not over TJ when she was making it seem like she was over TJ. Clearly, she wasn't over both of them boys. And the boy that she was obsessed with hit me up. So, ding, 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 ding. 3 strikes and you're out. So, it just looks like bitches was just like upset because these mans that she had dealt with or spoke to before me are now talking to me. When it's like, girl, you already had these men. I'll be like, oh, girl, I had them. You can have that. Like, if you're not talking to somebody, how can you be upset if somebody else is talking to them just because you know them? Like, and you're like, oh, girl, you can have that. So Ashley was pretty much trying to get back with TJ, and she was saying I was a bad friend and I lacked communication, which is like interesting because the only person I lacked communication with was TJ because I didn't want to talk to TJ anymore. So it didn't make sense because he was saying that the same people, like these 2 people were saying the same things, which is like interesting because it's like, how are you saying that? And these 2 people are saying that I don't really talk to that often. So it doesn't make sense for them to be talking about I lack communication. Mind you, me and D, we were just like a summertime fling. It was nothing serious. It was literally a summertime fling. I didn't even care about D enough to like, whatever. Me and D became friends, and now D is like weird about some other trans girl. And I'm like, okay, do whatever. Moved in with a girl in another state. Like, okay. Do what you gotta do. Like, I'm so like, all right, go ahead. But these situations are so weird when it's like D don't even speak to any of us now. Like, D got a whole girlfriend now, and that bitch made him block us. Like, she went through his phone and seen some messages between me and him, but that's neither here nor there. And also another thing, Ashley kind of downplayed the amount of like, or like the severity of their situation because of the severity of her and TJ's situation, because TJ made it seem like, oh, she was coming over late at night just for them to talk, this and that. Like, they were kind of like dealing with each other for a little bit, and she really downplayed that whole thing. But anyways, moving on to the next contestant on the list, Kim. I'm gonna give you like a description of Kim because Kim is like 10 years older than me, right? I'm 24, so you can imagine how old Kim is. And Kim is another trans girl. All the girls in the story are trans girls, right? I kind of met Kim on this night where it was Halloween, right? And we had gone to the spot, my cousin and I. We had gone to this spot because we were hanging out with some of my cousin's friends, because my cousin is 10 years older than me as well. So her friend group is going to be 10 years older than me as well. So we were hanging out with those friends, and one of the boys in that group was gay. And this group, these like 2 people came in, this trans girl, and which I thought it was another trans girl at the time, but it was just a gay boy who was dressed as Lizzo for Halloween. But mind you, he literally looked like a whole female. So I was like, okay, shoot. Or he looked like a girl. Let me just say it like that. He looked like he wanted to be a girl. I was like interested because I was like, oh my gosh, she's a trans girl. I didn't know there was a bunch of like other trans girls. Like, I've never seen her before. And like, we kind of like were getting close that night. We were just in communications. And she was like, I can help you with like certain things, like getting your name changed, your gender change, and like all of that or whatever. And I was like cool with it. I was down with it because that was something that I really wanted to do. So I kind of seen her as like another like big sister in like the trans community. Like, you know, the trans community in my town is really small. Like, there's only a couple of us. And, you know, some of us are not as, like, visible. So it was like, okay, like, I would hit the spots, like, every weekend. But, like, you know, I kind of slowed down because it's like, not everyone deserves to see me. I need to, like, pop out sometimes and, like, let the people know that everything is just upgrading slowly but surely. Dolls take Stanford. Stop.
Dolls take the world.
I had met her a year ago before I even met TJ. I'm thinking she would have more loyalty to me, but anyways. One time TJ and I were having issues. This is like literally the first time I'm hanging out with Kim. TJ and I were having issues, and I kind of do this thing that I need to like stop doing, but I kind of do this thing where I will ignore you if I'm like not feeling you in the moment, I will ignore you rather than like say how I feel. Because if I say to you how I'm feeling in the moment, you're not going to get how I'm feeling at the moment. You're going to get the anger, the rage, and the whatever that I'm feeling. And it's going to be a lot more stuff. So I just feel like it's healthier for me to not speak in that moment. Okay? I just feel like that's better, in my opinion. I wasn't talking to him, and he had sent me a voice message saying like, oh, like, you know, like, we can like stop talking, this and that, because he said that like I was triggering abandonment issues by not communicating with him when he's reaching out to me. And I'm just like, you're not my boyfriend. So I'm like, ugh, I don't even know if I want to talk to him anymore. And I'm like expressing that to her. And Ashley is kind of like, you know, like, do you want me to send him a message, right? So I don't remember word for word what Ashley says, but she sends him a very lengthy message from my phone, and it's very aggressive. She's like, you know, like something about boundaries, something about this, something about that, and it's just like aggressive as hell, right? So I'm thinking, oh girl, you did me like a little thing, right? Mind you, TJ and I spoke again after that. And like, I had to be like, yeah, you know, like, I don't know. It was just so aggressive. Like, I didn't mean for it to come out like that, but it did. Me trying to apologize for her message being so aggressive. But yes, so come to find out that Kim and TJ had matched on the same app when TJ and I were having issues again, and like, I guess like, you know, he needed some new piece to talk to in the time. So I was like okay with it, because mind you, TJ was telling me he loved me and this and that, and I'm like, all right, come on, you gotta chill. This ain't that. Like, I don't know how you're trying to tell me you want to chill, but like, you telling me you want to cuff me, but I'm like, but he like, oh, but you don't want to be cuffed, and I'm like, just relax. Like, it's not that. Like, I move way slower than he does, and especially since I didn't feel the same way, he was just moving way too fast for me. I had seen that he was following my friend, right? Like I said before, he was following her, right? So they had matched on the same app that we had met on, and they were talking for a little bit. She brought it to me like this. She said, oh, he was just this, he just like, we talk here and there, but it's nothing serious. Like, I don't really want to talk to him. Like, he'll swipe up on my story a little bit, or we'll chat, but it's not consistent. He's inconsistent, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. That's how she brought it to me back then, when I had asked her about why they followed each other. He said that she was trying to pursue him, and she said that I'm immature and I'm too young, and that he needs an older woman who knows how to communicate to deal with. He's confusing to me, because why are you still trying to be my friend? This girl is actively trying to be my friend still. He said that he dubbed her when that happened, but it's confusing because how do they still follow each other, but y'all dubbed each other? Me, if I'm dubbing you or it don't work out, I'm gonna unfollow you or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna keep following you, especially if you dub me. If you dub me, I'm gonna. But this is what he said. He said he dubbed her because his loyalty was to me, and this is what he's telling my friend and not to me. So I kind of believe it a little bit, but he basically said that he dubbed her because his loyalty is to me and that whatever. But she was like, I'm still open to dealing with you if you still ever want to do something. And I'm like, this is so weird, because not even like a week or two ago, Kim was telling me that she still wants to hang out. We should hang out more. Like, she's checking in on me like a big sister would. But you not acting like a big sister. You acting like a bitch who want to take my man. Little do they know, both the bitches could have had him because I didn't want him. Let me say that again. Both the bitches could have had him because I didn't want him. And this man was still reaching out to me. So they could have had him. I was so over him after like month 2. Both of them bitches could have had him because I don't want him. Yeah. after he said what he had said about both of them, it kind of was like my friend trying to plead my case for me because she muted the phone and I told her that with Ashley, what happened, and he was basically like, oh, you know, there's two sides to every story and then there's the truth, you know, like you can't fully put the blame on somebody. And I'm like, you weren't there. You don't even know. I could call up both parties right now and ask what happened. Like, I hate when somebody who knows nothing about a situation want to talk about, oh, there's two sides to the story. Like, you always trying to find some blame. Like, you want me to be wrong so bad when you know I'm not wrong. This situation was so messy, but after my friend kind of got that information from him, TJ was still trying to go on and talk. And my friend was like, all right, I gotta go to work, pretty much. And like, you know, that's kind of where the story left off. I kind of applaud my friend Majesty for being a down-ass bitch and telling me that both these bitches are fake and that I should cut them off. But now I have to get my revenge on Kim. Kim doesn't even know what I got planned for that hoe. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this like annoying ass story. But it kind of just like ended abruptly because my friend was like, all right, she got her information and we're about to get off this phone call. She's calling me, hold on. So we actually have a guest speaker. Majesty is going to say a couple of choice words for these bitches that we're about to lay to rest. Majesty with us here, you guys.
Hi.
Okay, I don't know if you
Yes.
want to gaze at me in cave.
So Kim is very fake to me. Kim is just so fake. Kim, like in my personal opinion, like the fact that you want to kick it with me, mind you, you were trying to sleep with my piece, my boo, my like whatever you want to call it, and disregard. Like, see me, I'm the type of person that like if I'm going to, if I can't deal with someone that you've dealt with, then we're not that close. We're not close at all. Or I wouldn't even hang out with you. I wouldn't even offer to hang out with you. But that just shows how, you know, fake she is.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, and on top of that, I feel like she's also jealous that, you know, TJ was into you and not her.
Right. Like how he turned her down, right?
Right. Now,
in his words.
The other one, Miss Barbiana, what's her name?
Ashley,
to me, hers is, I don't think, which one is worse? Who do you think is worse? Who is worse to you? To me, okay, I don't know. To me, Ashley, sweetie, if she had just been honest and said, hey, I'm not really comfortable with you connecting with old dude, the other one, you know, things would have been so different. Did you go into that situation?
Yeah.
Okay. Had she been honest about that, you know, the tech wouldn't have been in the field. Like things would not have been an issue, you know. But I feel like she held on to that old situation, and because now we have another situation that has some similarities, you know, a guy that she's talked to, and now you're talking to. You know, who want you, you know, she wanted to shut that situation down. And because it didn't get shut down the way she wanted it to, you know, she was being a jerk. Mm-hmm. You know, just be honest. The whole moral of her situation is be honest. Don't let your pride get in the way. Had she been honest, you're a loyal friend. So you would not have done anything with what is her name? What is his name?
TJ.
No, the other one.
D.
D. Okay, that one's easy. You wouldn't have done anything with D, and it wouldn't have bled into this new situation. You know, it's unfortunate. Like in our friendship, the thing about it is when we have an issue with something, we're honest. Remember what happened with out of state, the far out of state piece, and me and our other sister were we're talking with him, you know, you let it be known where you stood. Honesty was out there. I like honesty. If you're not going to be honest, you know, you can't be mad at what happened.
Oh, so that Pennsylvania piece.
Is it Pennsylvania?
No, Boston piece. A Boston piece.
The pretty much the video chat on Tiny.
Yes.
Him. You know when that situation happened and everyone showed their ass. You know, you were honest with me and our sister, and
she said everyone showed their ass. You're so shady.
You know, you were honest with us. You told us how you felt, and we backed off because we thought he was just food to play with. Mm-hmm. But you know, it's disappointing. But that's the thing with girls. Girls are too catty. Girls don't.
But think about it. Who is the cattiest person in this situation? TJ. TJ. But, the cattiest and the messiest, I feel like it's TJ.
But the thing about it, the only reason that I slightly disapprove is because he didn't do anything with them.
But like he's running around spreading information and he's saying shit, though.
Right. Well, you know, the thing about it was he trusted me, so he told me, and he didn't think it was going to get anywhere. Had he never reached out to me, then... But that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. If he's going to reach out, like, why is he reaching out to you and why is he so open to share certain things with somebody who has nothing to do with the situation?
Right. Oh, so you told how he hit me up and he didn't know you were right there.
Yup.
If you ever see this, my bad. You know, I always got to roll with my sister. Sorry.
Girl, I don't know. He kept saying he had loyalty to me in these situations, but it's like you're running to other people and talking shit pretty much. But you mad that I did that. You're mad that I went to these people and asked them about you. Like, would you not? Now, if you have a friend that is talking to someone, is following somebody that you want to talk to or pursue, wouldn't you go and ask your friend, like, oh, what's their relationship with them? Like, if they're talking or if it's, like, okay?
Yeah, no. If I like a boy, I add him on Instagram and I see that you already follow him. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. That's like
normal. That's like normal girl code.
I'm gonna say, girl, give me the scoop on this one, especially if you're reliable and you're trustworthy. But honestly speaking, the way this situation played out, I don't know if her word or anything was really trustworthy. Thank you.
What she said was true, girl.
She didn't lie. She went wrong.
She wasn't wrong about nothing she said about him.
Girl, you think they're gonna gag? If do you think they're gonna see this?
I don't think so.
Okay. No shade after.
Oh, I remember what I was about to say, but go ahead.
After the link up, they can all see it.
Right. I remember what I was gonna say because he said that he looked me up before he started talking to me, and I think I don't know. I think it was because my Instagram. You remember when my old Instagram used to be Petite, right?
Yeah.
I guess he had looked up and found my YouTube channel.
Right.
So.
He had already seen stuff.
He had already seen stuff, but this was in the beginning of us talking. So I don't know if he's still checking.
Oh, girl, you know he's gonna look.
Hopefully.
Because, why is he so obsessed with you?
Why are you so obsessed with me? Girl, I wanna know. That's it, but say your byes.
Bye.
Okay.
I'll do a physical feature soon.
So I hope you guys enjoyed kind of my special guest who came and just shared some information on just the situation, because just so you guys know that I'm not just on here talking shit for no reason when this is a real situation with, that happened in real time. We was just having fun at the Omega Ball. And now we're in this dumbass situation. But now I know who's real and who's fake. So I can move accordingly and do what I gotta do and do my due bills. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and got all of the tea that you guys needed for your evening and are refreshed and replenished. Yes. So I will talk to you guys later and I hope you guys have a good one.